In the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate. Dear students, how are you? This is Hazm Rashwan, and here we are again with a new online lesson of Traveler 2, Module 4E on the student book, page 56, and on the workbook, page 48. Let's go directly to our lesson. Our lesson today is writing. So the skill we have today is writing. Today we have to write an email based on prompts. Prompts means notes here, right? So let's get started. We have here the first exercise. Jake has received an email. Email means electronic mail from his friend Ibrahim. Read Ibrahim's email with the notes Jake has made and answer the questions. The first question we have is, why is Ibrahim writing to Jake? And the next one, or the second one, what does Jake have to do? Let's read and we will go back to the questions to answer them. Here we have the email. So starting with hi Jake. So this email sent by Ibrahim, and this email is to Jake. Guess what? The first expression we have is guess what. Guess what means I'd like you to imagine what happened. I'm finally getting married. I'm going to send you a formal invitation. This is the formal invitation means the piece of paper people send to others when they'd like to invite them to a wedding, for example. But I wanted to let you know early so that you can arrange. Arrange means to plan. Arrange flights. Flights means the plane, or to book tickets on a plane, and everything. I really want you to come, so start making plans. This is the first note we have here, definitely. So when we go back and we find this where the prompts, we go here and find the first prompt or the first note we have, it's definitely. So he reminds himself, Jake reminds himself of agreeing on the invitation. So this is the first point he will write on his email or on the reply to this email. The next paragraph. In Saudi Arabia, it's a tradition for the families and friends of the couple. Couple means the husband and the wife, to celebrate separately, and separately means each one to be in a different place. The groom means here the husband, the man. That would be me. Some close relatives. Don't forget that we say close, don't say close, because close is a verb, but here it's an adjective. So when we say close relatives, means like your family, your friends, and so on. Your family, like your father, mother, and so on, are gathering. Gathering means they meet in one fixed place. In a house before going to the celebration hall. Celebration hall means the place where people celebrate something like a wedding or a party. This is the celebration hall. How about joining us? Would you like to come with us? This is the meaning of how about joining us. So this is the next prompt, the next note we have when. So he asks here about the time. To the next paragraph. I'm afraid I can't put you up. I'm afraid means I'm sorry. I can't put you up. I can't let you sleep at my place. I don't have a place to sleep for you to sleep in, because there will be so much going on. But I can arrange for accommodation. I can plan for you for a place to stay in, like a hotel or something like this, if you like. Email me when you can. Just write or type to me or send me an email when you can. Ibrahim. The note here, no need, can stay at a hotel. So no need to say sorry for that. Let's go to the next part. This is the reply. Now read Jake's reply and underline the sentences. with the correspond here means similar, with similar to his notes. Is the wording in Jake's email exactly the same as in his notes? So let's read here and discover how did he change the notes or the prompts here. Here we have the notes or the prompts. We have here definitely, no need, and when we have the 3 prompts or 3 notes. Let's discover here how did he change them into phrases, long phrases, right? Hi Ibrahim, congratulations. I was very happy to receive your email. I have to read a lot about Saudi weddings, and I'm really looking forward to attending yours, to come to your party, to your wedding. Of course, I'll be there. This is the first note. So he changed definitely or sure into a phrase, into a longer phrase. Of course, I'll be there. So he agreed to go to the wedding, or he accepted the invitation. I'd never miss your wedding. Also, I would love to meet your family and friends. Which day are you planning it for? So he asks about the time, when. That's right. So he changed when into which day. He asked about the time of the wedding. As soon as you let me know, I will book the tickets and make all the necessary arrangements. You don't need to worry about finding accommodation, finding a place for me though, anyway. So this is the last note. I did some research online and there are lots of nice hotels I can stay at, no problem. Speak to you soon, Jake. This is the reply to the first email. Now we have here some sentence or some situations, and we have some notes here, right, or prompts. We would like to change the notes or the prompts we have here into complete sentence, into longer sentences, right? We have here great idea. So if you'd like to accept an invitation, I'd like to agree on something, what would you say using the word great idea? So you say it's a great idea. I'd love to. That's very good. You can say that. Text, you're asking about text. You're asking about the price for the text. So how much are the texts? Here we have in number 2, sure, but not at 5. So how about going shopping around 5 today? Sure, I'd love to. You can say that. I'd love to, or I'll be happy to come, but not at 5. But I'm not free at 5. How about making it at 5:30 or 6 p.m., right? This is how to change the notes we have here. We have another one. So let's discover number 1, how the suggested answer. Look. Suggested answers, that would be great. Since I haven't been to a football match for age, have you already bought the tickets? Good. And number 2, sure, but I can't make it at 5. How about 5:30? To the next one, I'm afraid I can't give you a lift. Lift means to pick you up from a place to another, using your car or a taxi or something like this, to the airport tomorrow. So how would we change the notes we have here into complete or longer sentence phrases? It's okay, so he agreed. Take a taxi. So how the suggested answer, like, you needn't worry, I'll take a taxi instead. Number 4, will you come to Rome with us next summer? I'm afraid I can't. I'm going to work. I have to work all summer. Can't work all summer. Number 5, would you like to join us for dinner at Mario's? Have to and time. So love to and time. I'd love to means I'll be happy to do that, right? So he agreed when he said I'd love to, or it's pleasure. What time should I be there? So asking about the time. Let's move to the next one. We have here the writing task. In the writing task, we have to write, we have to use the notes we have here into writing a reply to this email. So we will go to the workbook on page 48, and then we will use the prompts, the notes we have here, of course, and so on, to write a reply to this email. Let's read it quickly. I just wanted to let you know that I'm participating in a local festival. Local means in the city, on the hometown. Festival, art competition. Competition means something when people compete each other to know which one will win. This is the competition. This year, I'm a bit nervous and I'm inviting all my friends to come. You know, having friends, having friendly faces. Having friendly faces here means your family and friends. Um, Around makes me feel more comfortable, more relaxed. Of course, so he agreed. The festival is from Saturday the 12th to Monday the 14th. I'm taking part in Sunday's competition, but you should come to town on Saturday so we can spend much more some time together. The note here, can't and meet on Sunday. Apart from the competition, there are many fun activities to do at the festival, like taste delicious food from around the world, buy works of art, and much more. These are the words we have in this part. Apart from here means except for the competition, right? This is the note we have in this part, and we have another note, texts. He asking about the how much are the texts, right? I really think you should come and be there to cheer me on, to support me. You will have a great time. You will enjoy this experience. Hope you can make it. I hope you can come. Uh, let's move. We have here some tips before going to the workbook. The tips we have here before going to the workbook: to write our email. When writing an email based on prompts or based on notes, you have to, number one, use appropriate expressions to begin and end your email. The expression, you will find them on page 70. So if you'd like some more appropriate or suitable expressions, you can go to page 70 on the student book and find some useful and nice expressions. Read the prompts carefully and make sure you include all the points in the notes in your reply. So if you may have some two notes, okay? You may have two notes like this. Don't write about can't and forget meet on Sunday. Don't write about tickets and forget how much, right? So you have to mention every point in the note. Don't copy the notes given. So don't write, for example, don't write of course only, but I'd like you to write to make it longer. Yes, of course, I will come. I'd love to come. Right, like this. So don't write the same word or the same phrase here. The next one, try to rephrase. Rephrase means to write it in other words. Add commands and information, and use expressions to show how you feel. Group related ideas together and divide your email into paragraphs. So you have to write, okay, at least 3 paragraphs: introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Use appropriate phrases, expressions to invite, accept an invitation, refuse an invitation, and give an excuse, make arrangements. You will find this on page 70 on the student book. Now let's move to on page 70. You will find all the phrases you need here: how to invite, how to accept an invitation, how to refuse an invitation. If you'd like to make an arrangement or make arrangements, you can use these expressions, right? Let's go to the workbook to know what we have. Here we have the writing plan, an email based on prompts. First of all, you have to bring some ideas for your email. Brainstorm here means to generate some ideas, to create some ideas, right? In the opening paragraph, in the first paragraph, what would you write? First of all, you greet your friend and say why you are writing. This is the first point you have here. How do you greet your friend? You can say, hi, my friend, hello, like this. This is how you greet your friend. And say why you are writing. You can say, I'm so happy with your invitation to the art festival and I will come to it, right? So this is what you can write on the first paragraph. In the main part or the second paragraph, you respond by expanding on the notes you have on page 57 on the student book, made on your friend's email. First, with the first part, you have to accept the invitation. When you accept the invitation, you can say, I'd be happy. I'd love to come to your to the competition. I'd be glad to come to the invitation, to support you, to cheer you on, like this. Say can't. This is the note, right? Turn down suggestion. Suggest other arrangement. You have to refuse at first, and you have to mention another one. You can say, I'm sorry, I can't come to the festival or to the competition on Saturday, and suggest another or other arrangements, like saying, why don't we meet on Sunday and you take part in the competition on Monday, for example. You can write this. The last part, you can talk about ticket or how much, right? So ask for information about the tickets. I'd like to ask about some information about the tickets. How much are they? You can write this on this part. Here, the closing paragraph. We have to close the remarks. State anything you want to emphasize. Ask your friend to write back and say goodbye. This is the part you write here. For example, you can write, I hope you win the first prize in this competition. See you soon, or goodbye, or with my best wishes, like this, right? This is the what you will write here, what I mentioned here, right? In all these notes, you will write it here. Don't forget that. I hope you enjoyed the video.